Back in 1970s Britain, cars felt very different. The roads were filled with ordinary saloons, family hatchbacks, and small economy cars built for everyday life. Petrol prices were rising, motorways were growing, and families wanted practical vehicles that could survive British weather and crowded roads. Luxury cars like Jaguars, Aston Martins, and expensive German saloons represented success back then. Most people could only dream of owning something truly fast. But hidden among ordinary British traffic were a few surprising machines. Cars that looked simple on the outside, yet had enough power to shock drivers when the traffic lights turned green. Some became legends. Others quietly disappeared into history. But all of them proved one thing: Britain knew how to build exciting cars during the 1970s. So today, we're counting down 10 British cars that were surprisingly fast in the 1970s. And by the time we reach number 1, you may understand why some drivers still talk about it decades. Number 10, Triumph Dolomite Sprint. The Triumph Dolomite Sprint arrived in 1973, built by Triumph under British Leland. At first glance, it looked like a respectable little family saloon, but underneath, the Dolomite Sprint was something very different. It came with a 2.0-liter 16-valve engine producing around 127 horsepower, which was seriously impressive for the time. In fact, many people consider it one of the world's first affordable sports saloons. The car could reach speeds of over 115 miles per hour, surprising plenty of drivers during the 1970s. People loved the Dolomite Sprint because it combined speed with practicality. You could drive it to work during the week, then enjoy it on winding country roads at the weekend. The wooden dashboard and sporty styling also gave the car a premium feel. And even today, the Dolomite Sprint still has a loyal following among classic British car fans. Number 9, Ford Capri 3.0S. The Ford Capri became one of Britain's coolest cars during the 1970s. Built by Ford UK, the Capri was designed to give ordinary drivers the feeling of owning a sports car without paying sports car prices. The 3.0S version was especially exciting. Under the bonnet sat a powerful V6 engine that gave the Capri genuine performance. It could accelerate quickly and cruise comfortably at high motorway speeds. Young drivers loved the Capri because it looked aggressive and sporty. Long bonnet, fastback styling, roaring engine. It had attitude. Back then, owning a Capri made you feel like a movie star. And despite its sporty image, many people were shocked by just how fast the bigger engine versions actually were. Number 8, Rover SD1 V8. When the Rover SD1 launched in 1976, it looked futuristic compared to most British cars of the era. Built by Rover, the SD1 combined executive luxury with surprising performance. The V8 version was the real star. Powered by Rover's famous 3.5-liter V8 engine, the SD1 could reach speeds well above 120 miles per hour. That was serious performance during the 1970s. The long low body gave the car an almost Italian appearance, and many people compared it to expensive European sports saloons. Drivers loved the SD1 because it felt powerful without being flashy. It had smooth motorway performance and effortless acceleration that made long-distance driving feel easy. Police forces across Britain famously used SD1 V8s because they were fast enough to chase almost anything on the road at the time. And even now, the sound of that Rover V8 still turns heads. Number 7, Jensen Interceptor. The Jensen Interceptor was one of Britain's most dramatic cars of the 1970s. Built by Jensen Motors, the Interceptor looked expensive, powerful, and unmistakably stylish. But many people forget just how fast it really was. Under the bonnet sat huge American V8 engines sourced from Chrysler. Some versions produced well over 300 horsepower. That gave the Interceptor incredible straight-line speed for its era. The car could comfortably exceed 130 miles per hour, placing it among the fastest British Grand Tourers of the time. People loved the Interceptor because it mixed luxury with raw muscle car performance. Inside, it felt refined and comfortable. But press the accelerator, and the big V8 transformed the car completely. Even today, the Interceptor still feels intimidating on British roads. Number 6, Lotus Esprit. When the Lotus Esprit appeared in 1976, it looked like something from the future. Designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro, the sharp wedge-shaped body immediately grabbed attention. Built by Lotus, the Esprit focused on lightweight engineering and precise handling. Its four-cylinder engine may not have sounded enormous, but the car's lightweight design made it surprisingly quick. The Esprit could reach around 130 miles per hour, which shocked many drivers during the 1970s. And of course, the car became even more famous after appearing in James Bond films. People loved the Esprit because it felt exotic without needing a giant engine. It looked dramatic, handled beautifully, and proved British engineering could compete with Italian sports cars. For many younger drivers, the Esprit became a dream car almost overnight. Number 5, MGB GT V8. The MGB already had a strong reputation as one of Britain's favorite sports cars, but in 1973, MG introduced something much faster. The MGB GT V8. Built by MG under British Leyland, this version used Rover's lightweight 3.5-liter V8 engine. The result transformed the little sports car completely. Suddenly, the MGB had smooth V8 power and impressive acceleration. The car could comfortably exceed 120 miles per hour while still remaining practical enough for everyday driving. Drivers loved the MGB GT V8 because it blended British sports car charm with serious performance. And unlike some expensive exotics, it still felt usable on ordinary roads. Today, surviving examples are highly respected among collectors. Number 4, Jaguar XJ12. Luxury and speed rarely came together as perfectly as they did in the Jaguar XJ12. Introduced during the 1970s by Jaguar, the XJ12 looked elegant, refined, and expensive. But hidden beneath that graceful body was a huge 5.3-liter V12 engine. At the time, it made the XJ12 one of the fastest four-door cars in the world. The car could reach speeds close to 140 miles per hour, which seemed unbelievable for such a large luxury saloon. People loved the XJ12 because it delivered performance so smoothly. There was no drama, no shouting engine noise, just effortless speed. The soft suspension and luxurious interior made long motorway drives feel incredibly relaxing. Back then, few cars combined comfort and speed as beautifully as the XJ12. Number 3, TVR 3000M. TVR built some of Britain's wildest sports cars during the 1970s, and the TVR 3000M perfectly captured that spirit. Launched in the early 1970s, the 3000M featured lightweight construction, aggressive styling, and powerful performance. Its Ford-sourced V6 engine gave the car impressive speed, especially because the body itself weighed very little. The TVR felt raw and exciting compared to many ordinary British sports cars. Drivers loved its sharp steering and brutal acceleration. It wasn't the easiest car to handle, though. Inexperienced drivers quickly discovered the TVR demanded respect. But perhaps the danger made it even more exciting. The 3000M proved Britain could still build genuinely thrilling performance cars during the 1970s. Number 2, Aston Martin V8. During the 1970s, Aston Martin already carried an image of wealth and sophistication. But the Aston Martin V8 was far more than just a luxury grand tourer. It was brutally fast. Built by Aston Martin, the V8 came with a huge 5.3-liter engine producing enormous power for its time. Some versions could exceed 160 miles per hour, making them among the fastest production cars in the world during the decade. The acceleration shocked people. This wasn't just smooth luxury. It was serious high-speed performance hidden inside a beautifully designed British car. Drivers loved the Aston Martin V8 because it made them feel important and powerful at the same time. Even today, the car still looks intimidating. And when that V8 engine starts, people immediately stop and listen. Number 1, Jaguar XJS V12. And finally, the British car that shocked people most with its speed during the 1970s. The Jaguar XJS V12. Introduced in 1975 by Jaguar, the XJS replaced the legendary E-Type. At first, many traditional Jaguar fans disliked the styling, but once drivers experienced the performance, opinions quickly changed. Under the bonnet sat Jaguar's enormous 5.3-liter V12 engine. The car delivered effortless acceleration and incredibly smooth high-speed cruising. Top speeds reached around 150 miles per hour, making the XJS one of Britain's fastest cars of the decade. And unlike many sports cars, it did all this in complete comfort. The interior felt luxurious. The ride remained smooth and quiet. Yet press the accelerator hard enough, and the XJS transformed into something truly serious. People loved the car because it blended luxury, speed, and elegance better than almost anything else on British roads. Even today, the XJS still feels special. These cars proved something important about Britain during the 1970s. Behind the ordinary family saloons and practical hatchbacks, British manufacturers were still building machines full of speed, personality, and excitement. Some became famous worldwide. Others quietly disappeared from the roads, but all of them helped define an era when driving still felt mechanical, unpredictable, and genuinely thrilling. Today, modern cars may be faster on paper, but many people still believe these old British machines had far more character, because back then, speed wasn't just about numbers. It was about feeling. So, which of these surprisingly fast British cars would you most love to drive today? And which one do you think truly ruled Britain's roads during the 1970s? Let us know in the comments below.